Okay, so good evening, guys. Welcome back. We will continue with our session. So today is day 3 session. That is, we started with the Git series, right? So today is Git the day 3 session, and today the date is 16th of your November 2025, and the timing is evening 5:06 p.m. IST. So guys, I've been telling about the Git, but like still we have not yet started with any Git with the Gits, right? Because we started the first day we start with what is pipeline, and the second day we started with something with the introduction to AI, that is yesterday session, as well as we also learned about like what are this prompt engineering, right? So that's what we had covered. So and also like we had covered about what are those models. We try to understand what is the idea behind understanding this AI, and why today we are learning all those AI, right? And all the AI related tools we need to learn it actually. And also like we started with prompting techniques actually, because we have a lot of AI tools like ChatGPT, right? And Google Gemini, or else Perplexity, right? These are some of the AI tools what we have. So we have to use these tools in our day-to-day activity. And prompting techniques are those. The way where we can insert our prompt requirements or whatever our requirements are there, and then like we will get a proper output. But in yesterday's session, what we saw that whenever we are using the prompting techniques, don't just simply ask some kind of a question. How do you ask in Google actually, right? Because you straight away ask something with the Google, and Google will respond with a lot of web pages, right? So, but here what happened in case of an AI tool, right? We need to provide a better prompt, and for that, what happened that you need to add a persona, and also you need to provide the objective like what is required, as well as you need to add some kind of a context about you, like as I am an expert in cloud engineering, or as I'm an expert in AWS architect, or as I'm expert in DevOps architect, something like that. We provide the context, right, about ourselves, as well as we add the our persona is the roles and object what we do, and later we provide the our clear objective, like what exactly is needed, right? So this is some of the certain things we will put in our prompts, right? Why for the effective searching. And then basically once we provide such kind of a prompts actually, usually these tools what they will give an appropriate output to you, or response to you, with certain restriction actually. This is what we had covered in yesterday's session actually. Right. So yesterday was something, guys, which we started with AI, and then like with some kind of a prompt techniques. Now, what about today in day 3? I thought that day 3 I will start with Git actually, but then later I realized that okay, no, I need to cover a little bit more about the prompting techniques, because there are so many other different types of prompting techniques are there which we need to understand it. Okay, not many is there. I think some 3 to 4 types of prompt techniques are there, guys, which we will cover it. And let us try to complete that today in today's session, guys. So okay, so that people will be able to understand complete stuff about this prompting techniques. And from tomorrow onwards, that is from next class onwards, right, the day 4 onwards, we will actually talk about technical details about this Git itself. Okay, so Git will going to start from tomorrow's class, right? From tomorrow onwards we will start the Git session. So let us try to complete the pending no prompting techniques topics, right? Whatever we have, right? Let us try to complete in today's session. Is it fine, guys? Okay. Now, so so yesterday we started with the prompting techniques, and today also let us try to learn about the prompting. Let us continue the prompting techniques. Now, yesterday, like we understood about very basic prompting techniques, where we have to provide the role, where we need to give the objective, right? And we need to provide the persona. That's what I said, that this is something which we learned yesterday, and this is one of the best effective way of using the prompts. And I would suggest that always we have to use this technique itself for searching anything in the AI tool. Okay, this is one of the best actually. But apart from this, are there any other techniques are there in the prompt? Yes, there are few of the other techniques are also there. Okay, those are something like uh, what I can say, zero shot prompting, we say. Okay, and other is something like a few short promptings and a chain of thoughts. So these are some of the other prompting techniques which are there actually, right? So let us try to get into this, what exactly these other prompting techniques are. Okay, so zero shot prompting. Basically, zero shot prompting is something like where we are directly asking a question to our AI tool like ChatGPT or to our Gemini, right? Directly we're asking question. The way we ask direct question to the Google, right? Saying that okay, what is this? Or I want to know about this. Something we directly ask. That same thing, even for on this AI tool, we can even directly ask the question. But I would suggest that that is not a recommendable way of using the you are directly asking question, because you need to provide some kind of a role about yourself, context, and some kind of a restriction what you want. You need to provide in a better way so that you will get a better response. That's how that should be the idea. But still, some people what they do, right? They directly ask some question actually. Like so, in case of a zero shot prompting, we directly ask questions without any examples actually, right? Without any examples. So what do you mean by that? Without any examples, we'll see about that in some time now. Right? Whenever we are asking any question, it is better that you put forth some kind of an example, and then based on that example, you can ask further questions to your AI tool. That is the best practice actually. But in zero shot prompting, right? We don't mention any kind of an example. We directly ask some question, right? Like for example, I can say that okay, since we are learning about the Git is a version control system, right? So I'll just say that I'll just ask like something like explain version control system, something like that. This is a direct question I asked. So I asked to the prompting to to the AI tool actually. So guys, what happened now? All these tools in today's date, right? Like for example, it could be ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity, right? Any of these tools, if we directly ask any questions, right? They are very much capable enough that they can able to give you some very good response to even for the zero shot prompting also. Okay, but this was not as good some days back. Say for example, if you are working on, if you are working on a chat gpt llm model like 4.5 or 5, right? 5.5 or 5.3, right? They provide in a best no response actually for even for the zero shot prompting. But suppose assume that you are working on 3.5 version, which is a older model versions, right? If you are putting such kind of a question, a direct question to the lower version, right, or to the lower model, they might not able to respond it in a very good way. It means that they will not give an exact or accurate output to you. So what happened, like as things get progress over a period of time, right? So what happened, whatever the latest available model is there, right? Chat gpt model is there, like 4.5 or 5.2 version, whatever the version which you are having, the latest version, right? They even give a very good response even for any kind of a thing which you ask like directly, like if you are like zero shot prompting, right? So literally saying that if you put across even with a single line, or if with a single line information if you ask also, it will give you some very good response. But the problem is that if you provide a single, like if you just ask the zero shot prompt, like just you ask like this, it will give tons and tons of information. It might give something like 2 or 3 page of information to you. So a lot of unnecessary information will be provided by your AI tool actually. So sometimes you might not need all such information actually. You need some kind of a crisp answer, very with very few sentence with with effective statements. You need it actually. So in that case, what happened, right? When you want that kind of a specific information only, not elaborate, don't want elaborate information, then you need to change your prompting techniques. Mean that you cannot directly ask such questions like that. You need to put some kind of a restriction. You need to put some kind of role. You need to put some kind of a restriction to make sure that, and also you need to put some kind of an example so that with that what happened, right? Your prompt or your AI tool can respond in a better way actually, right? So still I would say that don't ask any direct question like this, how we ask to the Google actually. To the Google, you just try to type and send it, so Google will give elaborate information. Same thing with the AI tool also. If you ask a direct question like that, right? Even though it is capable enough to answer it, but the problem is that it will give an elaborative answer. 2, 3 page answer it will give, which is not really required that much for us. We need a crisp answer. So that's the reason what happened. You need to use some better prompts actually. Am I clear, sir? Guys, did you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So now we will see all these examples, guys. So how to use it and all, we will see it now in some time actually. Okay. So for example, as I said, right, explain version control system. Yeah, definitely it'll give the information, but it will be elaborate. We don't need that such elaborations actually. Okay. So that's all fine. Now, what about the few shots prompting? This is a second prompt actually, one of the prompt actually, and this is one of the no, I can say one of the best prompting. We call it a few shot prompting. So in this case, here we enter the prompt with few examples. See, with few examples and then ask the question at. This is, I can say that this is one of the best way that we need to provide some example and then like we need to ask the context what we want to ask it actually. So by giving example, you are just telling that okay, I need an output in so and so way. The way I'm quoting the example, right? With that kind of an example, I want the output like that. You are restricting to the AI tool saying that okay, this is the example. So the same way I want the output like that. So that is also one of the good way because you will get a very specified answer, right? Specific answer you will get from the AI tool like ChatGPT or else Gemini, right? You're going to get a very specified answer you're going to get actually. So that I would say that one of the best way actually. Now shall we see some example, guys? Zero shot, anything, nothing big deal because it's act like a direct like a Google question, right? But I said that earlier, it's not recommendable, right? But still, you can ask it. There's no issue in that. Asking direct question is also there is no issue with this to this tool actually. Okay, what about the few shot prompting? So few shot prompting, as I said, right? You need to prompt with few examples and then do it actually. So let us try to take some real life example. One real life example I will take, and then like I can go with the examples with our DevOps and cloud, right? What we can ask for in with respect to DevOps cloud for this few short prompting, right? We will see. But let me think like what is a real time example I can think about now for the few short prompting so that I need to provide an example, few example, and then ask the question what I need actually, right? Okay, like for example, let us try to understand about in the real time, guys. We know about the simple interest, right? You know that in mathematical, we know that simple interest is equal to PTR by 100, right? This is what the formula, right? Principal time and rate, some rate, right? Divided by 100 is nothing but your simple interest, right? So usually in India, what happened, right? Basically, if you go to many places in India, usually what happens, the interest rate they give in terms of 1 rupee or 2 rupee. For example, if you take 100 rupees, you borrow 100 rupees from someone, you need to give interest rate as either 1 rupee or 2 rupee. In many states, it happens. Even in Andhra, even in Karnataka, these things happens actually. People give the interest in terms of rupees actually, 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 3 rupee sometime, right? Even so when it comes to the banks actually, bank usually doesn't do like that. They give some kind of a percentage way, right? They give the interest, say for example some 14%, 13% for an year actually. So in a year, they will set up some 12% or 14% based on the market value. They will set that. So they set an yearly basis and that to percentage. But whereas locally, if suppose you are getting some money from somewhere outside from some lender, right? He will give 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 3 rupee. Like 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 3 rupees, but it's on. It depends upon 100 rupees. Suppose if you are borrowing 100 rupees from someone, either he might ask for 3 rupees as an interest or 2 rupees interest as an interest. He will ask you. So every 100 rupees, you need to give 3 rupees or 2 rupees as an interest value for that actually. Monthly, every month basis. So now let me try to write some thing here. So so Rajesh, I have this formula. Now assume that actually like I need to give some money. Like suppose I am the one who's giving money. Okay, right, and for the interest rate, and I will fix it for like 2 rupees actually interest rate, something like that, 2 rupees as interest rate or right. So let us see that actually like how exactly you can come up with the formula of this interest, like how much interest I might get it like that, right? For example, okay, let me write in, I will, let me open a separate notepad, or else I can write it here only, right? Say, for example, like what kind of a prompt I'm going to give it, right? With this few short prompting, right? Some real time life problem, right? Like, for example, you are supposed to calculate, calculate, what is a monthly interest and interest rate, I can say, inputted, right? Inputted will be monthly, will be monthly actually. Say, for example, the principal amount, prin C P R I N C I P L, right? Principal amount. Say, for example, the principal amount you're giving is 100 rupees, assume that. What will be the interest rate? So, according to in the Indian, like, okay, suppose if I'm charging, I will charge like 2 rupees actually. 2 rupees is the interest rate. Means every 100 rupees, I will charge 2 rupees as the interest rate monthly basis. So, what is the time? It is for every 1 month, right? Every month. It means that if you calculate for 1 year, it will be 1 by 12, right? 1 by 12 is about 1 month. And what is a monthly interest actually? So monthly interest, what I'm going to get is nothing but your PTR by 100, right? This is the formula. We know this. So it means that PTR means P means 100 into time is nothing but 1 by 12 multiplied by 12. That is what it is. Into uh, rate actually. It is actually uh, it is 2 rupees, right? Actually. So right. 2 rupees, right? So 2 rupees is nothing but your, it's a 12 months, right? 12 months multiplied by 2 rupees. This is what I'm going to get. So, and then like divided by 100. So how much you're going to get, guys? You're going to get something like 200 divided by 100, which is nothing but 2 rupees only. So monthly you're going to get 2 rupees for 100. Similarly, if the principal is PRICIPAL, principal is equal to, assume that the principal is 1,000 rupees. Assume that for 1,000 rupees, I'm how much? So assume that for 1,000, you kept the interest rate as something like 3 rupees. 3 rupees. So time is not but the same for every month. Monthly, it is not but 1 by 12. Right? What is a monthly interest? So monthly interest is something like the same formula, PTR by PTR by 100. Which is nothing but what is it? 1,000 rupees is the principal multiplied by time 1 by 12 multiplied by how much is the interest? 3 rupees for 12 months, right? 12, right? Divided by 100, which is nothing but it will come to 3,000 divided by 100, which is nothing but you will get around for 30 rupees you're going to get. So your interest rate for every month is 30 rupees. If you pay the principal, if you give for 1,000 rupees, and the interest rate is 3 rupees actually. It means that for every 100 rupees, 3 rupees you'll be charging every month as an interest rate. This is something like you're giving an example actually, right? Now, after doing this, what you're doing that, now you are given this kind of an input as for the few shots you're giving input. Now what you're saying that, okay, now calculate interest of 1 lakh rupee. Like at assume that I'm giving for 1.5 rupees interest. So I'm providing I need to calculate how much is interest for 1 lakh rupee. Okay, if I'm giving interest rate for 1.5 rupees, for 100, it means that 1.5 rupees per 100 rupees I will be charging interest. So let us see that how you are going to get the output, right? Correct, guys? Now, for example, if I copy this whole prompt, I will try to copy this whole thing. Now, what I will do, guys, let me do one thing. Let me go to the Gemini. Okay, this is Google Gemini. Okay, let me paste that and let me check because Gemini we are using 2.5 flash. It's a free, right? So how much you're going to get for 1 lakh? So see guys, you're going to get a monthly interest of 15,000 rupees. Am I clear, sir? So it means that now what happened, what we are doing that here we are using a few shot. In the few shot, what you're doing that we are giving an example here like this. We are giving an example, and then like later we are asking a question that now I need to calculate the interest of this much at 1.5 rupees. So what the AI tool is doing, it will take this as an example. It understand the whole with the example, and then like it'll calculate based on whatever you have provided, whatever you have asked for actually. So this is also one of the best way of prompt where you need to provide some few examples. Am I clear, sir?
Yes, Rajesh.
Right. This is what it is required actually. Right. Now this is in the real time. Okay, in our real time, like we have did it. Suppose, for example, I want to do the same thing with the DevOps actually. Suppose I need for the DevOps. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us try to take an example for the DevOps actually, and then like we can even take an example for cloud also. Like for example, for DevOps, okay, let me think what we can use an example for DevOps context, right? For this few short prompting, right? Mm, okay, let me think what we can do. Okay, so guys, in when it comes to the Git, actually, Git, there is something we come across with something as a branching strategies actually. Git branching strategies. Okay, so what is this branching strategy all about? Like that's a very important topic which we'll cover in the later session. But just assume that I need to understand about what is the Git branching strategy is all about. If I directly ask what is Git branching strategies, definitely what happened like your prompt, your AI tool will give a elaborative answer, like 2 3 page answer it will give. So I don't want such elaborate answer. I will not be able to understand completely. But can I give some kind of with the help of the few short prompting? Can I give some example to the AI tool and ask that okay, if I'm giving any kind of an example for any one tool, the same kind of a thing I need to get for the GitHub branching strategy. For example, assume that there is one tool was known as a Git flow tool is there actually, right? So Git flow tool is there. Okay, now let me do this. Let me try to write this prompt actually. So I want you to explain branching strategy in the following way. Okay. For example, guys, there is one more tool is the by name Git Flow. So I'm just telling, okay, there's one tool is the by name Git Flow. Okay. Now I need to provide some details about this Git Flow. Git Flow. What is this? What are the details I can provide? Say, for example, I can just say that when was this introduced? It means that in which year this tool was introduced actually, or this tool came to the market. Introduce. Okay. So I want to know, since I don't know about this Git flow, guys, because I've never worked on the Git flow. Okay, and I don't know like when this came into the picture. Even I don't know like who actually designed this Git flow. Let me ask the same question to the Gemini itself. Okay, let me ask the same question to Gemini. Let me see what Gemini gives me the information. Like for example, let me go with the new chat actually. Okay, okay, I'll ask with something like give me information about what is it? Git flow branching strategies actually. ST, what is it? Branching strategies actually. Strategies. So let's see what it gives you the information. Okay, give me information about the Git flow branching strategies. Okay, so it says that actually branching strategies is a structured Git workflow model that can be used to dedicated blah blah blah. It gives some information. It was introduced by the Vincent Derrison and in 2010. Okay, something I got the information. Okay, so okay, let me do one thing. Let me copy this Vincent Derrison. Okay, in 2010 something. This is information I need. Okay, so it was so when it was introduced. Uh, it was introduced in 2010 by Vincent Derrison. Right, this is the information which I'm giving it. Okay. Now, apart from this, is there any other thing, Rajesh, which we can mention it at? Like, for example, you want to mention something about, like, for example, I want to provide something about the core concept of Git flow. Like, for example, core concept actually. Core concept is I need to just tell what is this Git flow is all about. Something I want to provide the details. Okay, so where I can get the details, I will get the details from here only, right? So you could see that Git flow defines two main branches with infinite main and develop branch something. This is something where you are actually providing some core concept actually, right? Some core concept. So can I use this actually? Yeah, let's see. Let me try to copy this whole thing, guys. Let me copy till here. Okay, and I will try to paste it here. So under the core concept below here, what I will do, I'll paste these things actually. Okay, let me reorder so that okay, this the AI tool can basically understand it actually. Okay, okay, fine. Any other thing is required. So for the core concept, this is something which I mentioned. Oh, for the Git flow, when it was introduced, and what is the core concept behind this? Okay, something I have mentioned about this actually. Right, right. Right. And also, like for example, I want to give one more input. Say, for example, like what is in which case this Git flow was used for the best branching strategy? In which case? In which use case actually? Right. For that, what happened? I will again ask the same question here. Okay, let me do one thing like that. In which case? So, guys, I hope that you are in sync with me. In which cases? Git flow is best branching strategies. Strateggy, right? Let's check. Right. So what is saying that the Git flow is best suited for the project and team that has a specific set of requirement, particularly those involved in strict release management and long-term version. Okay. While modern, okay, something I'm giving. So here what happened, the project with the scheduled release cycle, okay, there they use this for the best practices. Okay. So what I will do here, I will come over here and I will just mention one more thing here. What is it actually? Best for. So project with the scheduled release cycle. Yeah, this is what release cycle. Okay, and come down a large team complex environment, something like this. Larger team complex. Okay, there this Git flow strategy is highly used. Actually, it is recommended. Okay, this is something which I'm providing, guys. Okay, so best used, the Git flow is best used for under this category, like project with a scheduled release cycle, larger team and a complex, something like that, which we have mentioned here. Now the question is that, guys, now if you, so what is happening that I'm giving this entire prompt now, saying that, so this is an example actually I'm setting for the Git flow strategy, right? For this, I have provided all the details regarding that actually. Like looking to this example, now what I will say that actually, okay, now I'll say that now explain me or explain about GitHub branching strategy. Right? See, I will be copying the whole thing actually. Right? See, I'll copy this. come over here, and what happened? Let me do one thing. Let me go with the new tool, or I will go with the new chat. Okay, and then I will give this entire thing, and let me check like what it gives for the GitHub action. See, GitHub flow. See, this was, see. So what you're doing, guys, here, right? The thing is that we are just giving it when it was introduced. Okay, Git flow was introduced in this year by and so person. What is the core concept of this actually, and what are the best practices used for the GitHub strategy? This is what the details I need in this detail. The way I'm giving the details for the Git flow, same kind of a details I need for the GitHub branching strategy. Can you see here? See, GitHub Flow is a simple, lightweight. Okay, it is introduced around by the developer at the GitHub. Core concept of the GitHub, right? And you could see that best use for. See, guys, you're getting a very crisp answer, very straightforward answer. You're getting it actually. Am I clear on this, sir? So in this way, what happened? Why we are using this few short prompts? Because that we will get an exact, accurate information what is required for us. We don't need all elaborate information. Elaborate information is something like where you might need to understand everything from the very basic. Assume that now, no, now the time has come where you need all kind of a crisp answer, right? You don't need any kind of other sentences or other things and all. It's not required for you. You need the crisp answer. Then go with the few short prompting. This is what we say, few short prompting, right? So few short prompting, what it say that you need to give an example actually, and then only see we directly zero is the something we ask direct question, whereas a few here we enter the prompt with a few examples. So like this we provide an example, like, and then like we'll ask for our requirement what is required. Am I clear, sir? Right? Good. Anything else is there, guys? Okay, so this example in DevOps is sufficient for cloud. Yeah, we can think about later. So, but okay, one example is fine for us actually, right? Okay, so this is the second method of prompt. One is a zero. First is zero. I mean, in today's discussion, first one, and the second is a few short, and the third one, the last one, what we are having is nothing but your chain of thought actually, chain of thought. Okay, so so basically, what happened, guys? Chain of thought is something like basically in whichever model which we are working, like we are working for Chat GPT 3.5 model, we will directly ask to the model itself, right? Instead of directly asking for an answer, we ask to the model itself actually. Okay, and what we are asking to the model is you give us the step-by-step solution for us, right? So what we do basically in the chain of thought, we ask the model directly, okay, rather than asking for the answer. Okay, work out the solution step by step actually. Say for example, see for example, if you go to the Gemini, I will go with again with a new chat. Okay, now what I will do that you will say that Rajesh, you calculate some mathematical computing like this, like for example 2 multiplied by 8 plus 7 multiplied by 5 divided by 6, something like that. See, if you're giving this prompt, if you're giving this, if you are asking this mathematical computation, so what you could see that what Gemini will do. So it is analyzing, and it is actually here what happened. It is actually giving step by step. Good, that's good that it is giving step by step. But usually in some time what happened, right? It doesn't give you the full step by step. Step by step, it will not show. It will directly show you the answer like this actually. It will show you direct answer like this actually, right? It means the direct result it will show you. So some, since we are using the latest Gemini 2.5 flash, right? Here, even without mentioning anything, right? It is showing you step by step. Assume that I want the elaborative step by step answer. You can go here and you can edit it like this. You can just say that like this. solve this step by step actually. Like this, you need to ask it actually, right? When you ask it, when you update it, right, it will anyhow now it will show the step by step, like what it is doing, first step what it is doing. See, this is the expression. First it is taking these two values, multiplying, and then this expression becomes like that. See, step by step it is performing, right, and then finally you are getting an answer. So whenever you want the chain of thought, means basically you need to provide this string, solve this step by step. Actually, this we have to provide in the prompt actually. If you provide this string like solve this step by step, then what happened, right? Your AI tool will give you the whole step by step. It will give you the it will solve the problem. It will show you step by step. This is very much effective, guys, because whenever we are asking anything to the DevOps related to DevOps or cloud, right, we need actually step by step information. Like for example, if you go to the cloud, you say that Rajesh, I want to create an IAM user account in AWS, right? How to do it actually? You need to ask step by step. You have to say that please provide the step by step description about how to create an IAM role. Then what happened? It will elaborately explain, right, what exactly you will be able to you have to do it while for creating the IAM roles actually, or for creating a VPC, or for creating a DynamoDB. Anything you ask to prompt in, anything you ask to this AI, right? You need to ask in the step by step manner. Step by step is nothing but it's a chain of thought actually. We say. Am I clear, sir? Right? So can we take a real time example, or else shall we understand the context of DevOps and cloud? Yeah. So let me do one thing for like okay, we know that we are having a bash shell, right? For the bash shell, let's ask actually, right? Being in a bash terminal, we'll ask actually. For example, we'll take an example of Kubernetes actually. So for example, you know that in Kubernetes, what happened? There's a concept sometimes a pod actually where the application will be running. Assume that actually your pod is not getting started at all in Kubernetes. So I want to get the information about the step-by-step information about what could be the possible reason for the failures, right? So what I will do that I'll just say a pod in Kubernetes is not getting started. Let's look into step-by-step approach to find the possible reason for the failure or for failure, right? So it means that here what happened, I'm using this key, as a step-by-step actually approach, right? So shall I copy this? So let me copy this whole prompt and then go to the Gemini and let me go with a new chat, like, and then like ask this question, right? See guys, it'll give you the common mistake Kubernetes pod failing to start. Here is step by steps here. You will get an elaborate information. So check the pod status event, check the status column with the pending or image pullback or error image, or else it has gone to the crash loop back, right? Right, if you come down, so how do you do it actually? You need to provide in a bash shell, you need to execute this command actually, examine the events actually. So you have to use kubectl describe pod and pod name. So you have to go through the event section, you have to check, and you have to tell like what was the logs you saw in the event, how do you troubleshoot it, right? Why when it wants to what is this node selector affinity, taint, and then like status. See, these are status, you will see for that status what is an error. So you will get all the details step by step. See, so with this, what happened, right? You are getting an elaborate information about step by step. How do you fix that or how do you diagnose that issue? Am I clear, sir? Right? Right. And one more thing, guys. These AI tools are so much good that actually, if you it intelligently it understands it. Say for example, my daughter is a 10-year-old actually. My daughter is 10-year-old and she want to understand in her level what is this control version is all about in a plain English language. She has to understand. She will not be able to understand anything like a technical. Say for example, if my daughter is 5-year-old, she want to understand what is version control system, right? So if I start telling about version control system is a distributed system where you can keep all the data and all, what my daughter will be able to understand. But assume that I want to make her to understand, or she want to just understand like what. So how she will do, right? Right? How she's going to do means she will just say like explain version control system in plain English as if I am 5 year old, or as if I'm a 5 year old, like that. That's all. As if I'm 5 year old. Five means I'm 5 year old actually. So if you click on it, can you see the guys? It will not discuss anything about any technical aspect about the version control system. See, in the plain English, it is explaining you many things actually. See, for example, my daughter will be able to see it. Sometime you draw something and it looks good. You want to make sure you can always go back to the perfect version. That's like making a save point or taking a picture of a diagram. So what is version control system? Is like a super smart magic notepad that keeps track of every single change you make to a drawing. See, so when my daughter goes through this, right, she will be able to easily understand what is this version control is all about actually. So there's nothing like much more technical thing, but she will be able to understand in her level. This is something which is very good actually in this AI tool, and based on whatever the context you provide, right? Like it will it will narrow down. It will give you the appropriate output to you. So sounds interesting, guys. This one.
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, so that's how I mean, or else suppose for example, assume that actually you want to understand, okay, one more thing, like for example, explain a difference between shell and a terminal, okay, as if, for example, assume that you are somebody is there in many organizations, some desktop users are there, desktop people are there who never worked on Linux or something. They don't know anything about what is shell and terminal and all. Right. Yeah, so assume that if I am a desktop user actually, okay, never used any command line actually. See, he will try to type like this. He want to just understand what's the difference between shell and terminal, because he is a desktop user. He has never used any kind of a command line, so he want to just get to know the information about this. See, he will get some very good information about like the terminal is like a TV screen like that. See, in his language, in his way where he can understand it, it will give you the output like this. So this looks very good, guys. Actually, and and you could see that actually you'll also get some kind of a YouTube videos and all. It'll show you, where this person would have explained in a very basic term of what is this terminal is all about, what is the shell or what is the console. He would have explained in a very basic level, so that they have given this link actually. So this is something very much interesting. No, this Chat GPT or Gemini, right? They will give such kind of an output where any layman also can able to learn anything or you can understand. So now we understood that what is the power of this these tools, right? Because we can use this effectively in our day-to-day activity, right? And of course we need to learn about this prompt engineering. It means that we need to specify the way, we need to build the context, we need to write the prompt engineering so that you will get an appropriate output. The way you need the output, right? In that way you will be able to ask. And there are techniques we saw from yesterday's class, right? There is something like, first we have to mention about the role and the context, and today we saw something like zero prompting, and we saw something like a few shot prompting, and we saw something like chain of thoughts. So these are some of the methods are there. Of course, there are some many other prompt methods or techniques are there, guys, which we need to see it actually. For example, if you go for Google, and if you go for something like uh, away some prompts actually, just click on the away some prompts. You could see that you will get some GitHub URL like this. Away some Chat GPT prompts actually. Here what happened, right? They would have given some very good. They would have given a lot of links also. Like for example, if you come down, you can see that prompts.chat is there, right? If you go and click on to the prompts.chat actually, so it will take you to this where you could see that it will give you so many prompts actually. For example, I want to filter for DevOps actually. So DevOps engineer, I want to filter actually. See, for the DevOps engineer, guys, these are the prompts actually. Some of the best prompts like this. See, you could see that, for example, this is the link actually. Okay, to learn better prompts, visit the site. And also even this also. We can go to this GitHub URL also. Where is it actually? Yeah, this is, uh, yeah, I can visit this also. Okay, there are, yeah, you can visit there, right? You can go through this also. But if you see it here, this one, you could see that like you got some of the, see, as see act like an explainer with analogy. See, even you can actually like, I want you to act as an explainer who use analogies to clarify complex topics. When I give you a subject like technical, physical, philosophy, or scientific, you will follow this structure. Ask me one or two questions to answer. Oh my God! See, this is something which looks somewhat, somewhat very good actually. This is some very good prompt actually. So it acts like a DevOps engineer. You are a senior DevOps engineer working at the big company. Your role is to provide scalable. Ah, this also looks good actually, right? So Rajesh, like, can I use this directly like this actually? Yeah, I'll take the copy. I'll copy this prompt actually. Let's see what happens, right? Uh, so this is something like a kind of an analogy actually. Like we don't know what is it. Let's see actually. Okay, I've already copied it, guys. I'll go with the new chat. Let's check actually. I'll just copy paste this whole thing. Okay. Okay, I want to act as an explainer. Okay, something I don't know about this. This is the big prompt actually. Okay, I'm just asking actually. Okay, I'm ready when you are. You want to give. So for it's kind of a subject matter, some subject matter, you can ask anything. It will give you some elaborate information. Okay, say for example, I want to understand about what is this. I don't know. I can even ask for anything related to biology, anything related to chemistry, anything related to physics. I can ask any question. It will give you some information to me, like technical or philosophical information with analogy. Like for example, you said that Rajesh, I don't know about what is about the plant photosynthesis. So explain photosynthesis. Explain photosynthesis. Let's see what will give the output to us. See, guys, it will give you about the elaborate information, right? What do you think is the main purpose of what do you plant? Can, right? You have to just say one. Yeah. Now it will use for the analogy for 10 years. Simple everyday analogy, right? See, you will get a lot of other intermediate analogies and you will get a deep analogy metaphor. Like, see, you will get all the details about the photosynthesis, right? Where even the 10 standard, 10-year-old fellow can understand, the boy can understand. Even the person like me who doesn't know anything about that, he can also able to learn in a technically in a very deeper way. He can learn it actually. So it is only like a prompt sketch. So this prompt was looking good for me. That's what I just copy pasted this prompt and then based on my requirement, I asked the question actually. So you can actually visit this site, guys, and then you can just go through it. See, act like a Linux script developer. So you can even copy this prompt in the notepad actually, and then like just analyze that what this prompt is all about. Like that, you can just copy paste it, and you can just go through it. See, it looks good actually. Okay, understand everything, and you will be able to get to know okay why this prompt is all about, and then like you can just copy paste and run it, and check also one time how it works actually. Am I clear, sir? Okay, guys, this is all about the different types of uh, prompting techniques. Okay, I thought I will discuss. One final thing we will discuss and then we will stop today's session actually. So, for example, one of the other important revolutionary thing which happened in this AI tool was many things, guys, in today's time, right? You want to visually, you want to get some kind of an help. Say, for example, you said that Rajesh, I don't know how to create a AWS account. or else I don't know how to create an Azure cloud account, right? Or else you say that, Rajesh, I don't know about how to create a GitHub account. Is there is some way where I can get a visualization help? Yes, you'll get it actually, right? It means that somebody will be able to visually help you how to create an account and all. So you not to really depend upon anyone. You need not to even depend upon Rajesh to come and help me to create an account. No, you can use some tools actually. Some tools are available. Using the tools actually, you with the help of some kind of visualization and with the help of some kind of a video and audio prompts actually, you can able to easily get the help, visual help, where you can go and you can create an account by your own. You need not to really depend upon anyone. So that is what we call it as a visual help actually. This is very much interesting, guys, and many people have started using it actually. For example, assume that you are like assume that you are learning something photoshopping. Like people, a lot of people do a photoshopping, right? They will install all kind of a softwares in the system or in the desktop, and what they do that they will upload the photo, right? And assume that in the back end photo, right, they want to remove all this blurriness and all, right? So what they do, right, they will use some techniques in the Photoshop software, and they go and they try to remove all this blur or something like that. They will remove it, right, so that the photo get very much clear, right? Assume that I am a new person to that actually, and I have uploaded my photo, but in the back end I want to erase certain things actually, so it is not looking good. So no, there's nobody to teach me how to remove it. So can I use some kind of an AI tool which visually it will help me to explain about like how I can remove all those blurriness and all? Yes, you have an AI tool to do that actually. So I'm just giving an example, guys. So there are so many AI tools are there which will help you visually actually, right? So one such is not but your Google AI tool itself actually. We call it as a Google AI Studio, right? If you go to the if you go to the Google, or else if you go and if you try to let me close this all these things, and let me try to just search for Google AI Studio. Can you see it? AI Studio. Now here you could see that you can go with the first link, Google AI Studio. See, guys, you got it actually now. Now the thing is that now assume that, okay, guys, assume that I go to my Azure cloud account. Okay, I'll go to the portal.azure.com. This is my Azure account. This is my portal, Azure portal. Okay. Now, here what happened, guys? Uh, you say that somebody asked you to go and create something resource group. There is one thing, something on the resource group is there. You have to go and create the resource group actually, right? You want to create the resource group, but you don't know how to create the resource group. Assume that. Now you need some kind of help actually, with which you will be able to get the visualization help how to create a resource group in your portal actually, right? So shall we see now how to use it actually by using this Google AI Studio? Yeah. So now you could see that, guys, just listen to now, because I'll be doing a audio chat with the Google AI now. Google AI, I'll do an audio chat. I'll ask the Google AI to help me to create a resource group, okay, in the Azure portal, so that it will try to guide me how to create it and how to use it and how to delete it. Everything it will try to give me the information, right? So can you see it how it does, right? Now, for example, if I go here, okay, now what happened, right? You are into the talk to the Gemini live now, okay? You could see that. I will click on the share screen. So let me uh, share the window. Yeah. Hi, Google. Could you please help me to create a resource group in Azure? Yes, please. I have logged into the Azure portal. Can you see the screen? Okay, guys. So I think it is not able to see the screen. Okay, let me stop this sharing. Okay, and uh, let me reshare this, guys, with you. Let me reshare, and what I will do, I will stop this Google, uh, stop this recording. I think I have to. Yeah. Okay, so guys, let me do one thing. Let me reshare this again. I mean, let me. I think because I'm sharing the screen with you also, and I need to share the screen to this studio also, right? I think that's the reason it is getting confused. Okay, let's see how I can do it actually. So live. Okay. 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 Let me share the screen once again. Uh, Presentation Zoom. No, no, entire screen. Hi Google. Can you able to see my screen? I'm into the Azure portal now. Portal.azure.com. Can you see that screen? Okay. Yeah. Now I'm in the portal, Azure portal now. Could you please see the screen? Could you please help me to create a resource group in Azure? Yes, please. Yes, I'm able to see this. Sure. Uh, can I give any name for the resource group name? What is the name I can give? The best name I can give for the resource group name? Yeah, okay. I've given the name and as also I've selected the region. Yeah, what's next? Google. So guys, I think I have exceeded certain things. That's the reason, it is not responding. Okay, so I have used some time actually. Uh, right, guys. So you could see that actually I'm able to create that resource group actually. Right. So if you go and if you click onto the resource group, now you could see that, okay, I create this resource group here. So guys, Okay, let me stop that. I think it has crossed some limit actually. That's the reason. See, it has crossed the limit. So, oh, there is something went wrong. That's the reason, like, it is not able to do it actually. So, guys, uh, Krishna, Dipali, and everyone, did you understood the whole thing? So visual help is something where you want to really get a help of fixing certain things which you're not aware when you're doing anything visually, right? So in that case, what happen? You can go with the Google AI Studio, and you can actually take a help from them to get get resolve any kind of a problem actually, right? Like for example, I'll take one more example. For example, I'll open the terminal. So this is about your PowerShell terminal. Okay, let's see. So I want the AI tool, right, to help me out to do certain operation onto my PowerShell terminal. Let's see how it does actually. Okay, let me close this. Okay. Hi, could you please help me to install the uh, Opera package by using a PowerShell command? No, apart from Chockety, is there any other command? Can I go with the winget? Okay. Okay. So guys, can you see here now that I'm installing the Opera? This is the browser actually by using a winget command, right? So you could see that how this AI is helping me to install it, right? Yeah, please hold on for some time. Thank you. Sure, thank you. Please hold on. Yeah, sure. So guys, can you see that Opera is installed here in my system? Now I want to uninstall it. Hi, could you please help me to uninstall the Opera? Yeah, I'm just typing winget uninstall opera.opera. Yes. Okay, so I want to list all the packages which are installed in my system using the winget command. Could you please let me know the command how to list all the packages? Yes, I execute that command. Yeah, I'm able to see the list. Nothing. Thank you. Yeah. So, guys, are you able to see? Are you able to understand now how exactly the Google AI Studio is helping me? Does it sound interesting to all of you? Okay, I need to stop it.
Yes, yes, Rajesh.
So this is something which is quite interesting, guys. Okay, let me stop this. Otherwise, it will be keep asking me. I need to stop this actually. I need to stop the recording actually. Otherwise, thank you. Okay, guys. Okay, so so guys, I would request all of you to practice this. Just see it actually, and then try to understand about this prompt engineering. So you have seen that what is the power of using this prompt engineering now, and how we can make use of effective in our learning in DevOps and cloud, right? So, guys, with that, I'm stopping today's session. Okay, so tomorrow, that is tomorrow, Monday at evening 7 p.m. IST, we'll start with the Git class, the day one class. We'll start with the Git session, and it'll take another 7, 8 days or 10 days of class to complete the whole Git actually. Is it fine, guys? So in the Visual Studio, and in the visual, sorry, in the we learned about the Google AI. Like that, there are many tools out there, guys. Like for example, your Notepad is there. Google LM Notepad is there, where you can manage all kind of information, everything, whatever you learned, right? Through the Google Notepad, you can mention it. It will give so many other informations. It will provide it. So there are a lot of things. There are a lot of AI tools are there like that. So we can learn many AI tools actually, right? So if you go to here to the Google and just say that Notepad LM, right? Notebook LM, sorry. Say this is Google's Notebook LM actually, AI research tool and thinking partner. So very good tool actually, where you can give all details. Like for example, you can give the details about like you can create a your new notebook, and you can upload it, or you can give some Google Drive, or you can paste some link, some website like YouTube. Like for example, if you give my channel YouTube, right? youtube.com/Rajesh-Devops. It will provide you all details actually. Like for example, if you give my channel, sorry, I think, yeah. And also if you give all the notes, and what are the notes which I give, right? So you will get a complete link here, everything. And also it will, in the future, it will suggest you many things like this. URL shouldn't be a director. Okay. Or some link you have to give it actually, so that you'll be able to get all, you will be able to add all your notes here. You can upload your audio notes, your video notes, and you can even update all your document notes, everything, so that you will get a complete list of all the details, right? For example, if you're learning Git, you need to have all the notes of all classes here, plus all the recordings, everything should be there in one place. So this is a very nice way of managing the things, all the notes and all videos and all important URLs, links, everything you can able to easily manage it here actually with this notebook, no LM tool actually, AI tool, right? So there, like that, there are many tools are available, guys. We can no we can learn it as and when I come across with many other tools, right? I will be explaining about those tools in the class. Am I clear, sir? So with that, guys, I will be stopping today's session. Let me stop the recording.